Is it possible to change your field from what you studied during your bachelor's degree to master's degree, or from your master's degree to PhD? Is it possible to change your entire degree field? Hello everyone, I'm Bertha and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed, do subscribe now to join the family. And now the topic is something that's very important, especially to the students who are actually planning to do your postgraduate studies and so on. Is it okay if you want to change your field of study from bachelor's degree to master's degree, or from master's degree to PhD? Is it possible to have like a big shift, a big change in terms of the department itself, or the terms of faculty itself, or in terms of the entire basics of the course? Let's dive deep into this video and I will actually explain to you everything about these questions. Okay, so why you should watch this video and not any other normal videos? Because I made the change. An experienced person talking about her experiences will actually give you the gist of it, a real explanation as to whether it is a yes or a no. So my answer will be a yes. However, I will give you some tips on how you can actually make the big change, because I had something that actually kind of helped me to make the big change from my bachelor's degree to my master's degree. So watch until the end so you know how you can actually make it possible for your dreams to come true. Okay, so for your information, I actually did my bachelor's degree in the Faculty of Science, Universiti Malaya, Malaysia. And yes, Universiti Malaya is the best university, or I would say the best research university in Asia. Okay, it's actually like top 5, and then world QS ranking is currently at number 65. And so people from all around the world come to Universiti Malaya because in terms of research, they get better accreditation, and in terms of job after you graduate, it's easy, baby. So coming back to the topic, I did my bachelor's degree in environmental science and management. So I had a bachelor's degree in that, and then it is actually a 3.5-year course in the Faculty of Science. So that was actually my first choice in the UPU system itself. Okay, so for your information, we Malaysians have got to register, right, our options of university or courses in UPU system during our foundation year or matriculation year. So like for me, in my case, I actually did my matriculation, so which only had like 2 semesters, and that is why I actually preferred matriculation over STPM, because it's a short-term graduation thing, and I did in science module. Okay, it's entirely science, and I actually graduated with 4.0, that means all A's in matriculation. So it was easier for me to achieve my first choice in the UPU system, which is environmental science and management. And also during matriculation, we also had this MUE test, English language test, and there you actually have band 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you have band 5 or 6, that means you are really fluent, you're really good in English. However, if you have lower band, then maybe you have to like improve and stuff like that. So I actually had band 5 for my MUE test. So my MUE test result and my matriculation test result combined, I actually got my first choice in Universiti Malaya, which is environmental science and management. So this degree is certainly my dream. Okay, I've always wanted to be an environmentalist, and yes, I actually got this degree. It was 3.5 years as mentioned. It was great. We studied a lot on the theoretical side, and then about climate change, about sources of pollution, how to actually come up with environmental reporting, policies, and so on. I actually covered a vast majority of fields about geology and so on, which is really interesting and fascinating. So if you guys want to pursue that degree, you guys can. And initially I was also like bombarded with people, netizens or friends coming and saying to me, oh, this is a very novel course, like nobody has actually done it, it's very new, do you really have job in the future? But guess what, green jobs are blooming right now, and you guys have to take this degree because there's tons of job out there just for environmental basis or sustainability basis and so on. So you can graduate and get a job, baby, easy. And so then a plot twist happened in my life without me expecting it to happen. So what actually happened was that after my degree, my friends all started working, and I was like, should I work? Because of the peer pressure. And I just wanted like, oh, my friends are working, so maybe I should go that route. But then also my circle, like my parents, they were like, okay, maybe you should pursue your postgraduate studies, because people who go and work they don't tend to go back to pursuing the tertiary education or postgraduate studies, and that is commonly seen. And even my lecturers say yes, that's true, because the moment you see money, the moment you see promotion, the moment you start working, right, you don't have that feeling to just go back and study, and it's really rare, I would say. So I thought of like, okay, maybe this is the time I should just continue studying, just complete it at one shot, and focus in career later on. So I was looking into doing my master's or PhD, because in if you graduate with first class honors, meaning you have pointer of 3.7 above your overall GPA, right, you will actually be classified as a graduate with first class honors. I mean, that's the best one. And if you happen to have PTN loan, it will convert into scholarship and you don't have to pay back. So I actually did the exact thing. I got my PTN loan, and then once I graduated with 3.7 onwards, in which my result was 3.84, PTN loan just became scholarship, so I don't have to pay that back. And also I can actually do fast track PhD. This is applicable in Universiti Malaya, and I'm not very sure which other universities you can do this also. But yeah, this is a plus point of you studying in Universiti Malaya. And I was actually looking for a way I can do my fast track PhD. And for postgraduate studies in Universiti Malaya, they would prefer you to take up grant, work for that proposal or that grant. So every month they give you money, and you have student stipend, and you can do the research. So that is the system in Universiti Malaya. So they have this RAUM system. So you have to actually create an account and log in. So I actually did that. I actually created an account, login. I've actually had to update my profile and everything, and then I can start applying for the title or the supervisor that I'm actually interested in. So sometimes it's very important to find a perfect supervisor, especially postgraduate studies, because I have come across many people who could not graduate or who just give up, not because of the title, they're actually good in researching, but because they are supervisors. It's either supervisors are racist, or it's either supervisors are busy all the time, or the supervisors who are just ignoring you at all times. They don't have the time for the students. So it's really, really bad to have an incompetent or uneducated supervisors. So you must make sure the title you're choosing is something that's relevant to you, or you have the passion to research on that, and also the supervisor is equally good. All right, I actually applied for several titles related to climate change and all that. Some topics are so complicated. The moment I look at the titles in the system, I was like, will I be able to do this? But I'm like, okay, you know what, I just want to do PhD, fast track, or else masters. I don't mind anything, whatever that comes my way, I'm going to take it, because end of the day, it's a degree that's higher than bachelor's degree, in which my friends are doing, in which I will have better recognition. So I don't mind choosing one of this. And yeah, I got accepted into two, meaning I can actually be interviewed and stuff like that. One was under civil engineering, which is totally off from my course, and one more was actually science based, but that was like more on chemistry. So that was climate change, but more on carbon capture, climate change kind of thing. And civil department was more on sustainable concrete research. So God knows why I got selected for the civil engineering thing, because I just applied randomly. I was just like, whatever that comes my way, I'm going to take it. But then what actually made me to be selected for that topic or the program was, one is because obviously the supervisors must have the instinct, okay, maybe looking at your CV, the student whether has the capability to do research. One thing, the supervisors will evaluate you from that. Another thing is, the good thing that actually saved me into making these huge changes because of my final year project. So in every public university in Malaysia, I believe, we do have final year project and also industrial training. So my industrial training was Inda Water. I did it there, in which I actually did a 2 months internship in a sewage treatment plant. So why was it just 2 months? It was because during COVID season, and so we were all rushing. Many students can't get an internship area, so the lecturers were like, okay, just 2 months, do it fast and come back. So internship is called the special semester. And also during your bachelor's degree, you will have to come up with final year project that is towards your final semester, and you have to do like a mini project, do a research, mini research, and come up with a reporting and all these things. So my FYP was actually a collaboration with civil engineering department. So that was a plus point. That is how I was actually able to make this big jump, and that is how the supervisors thought that I actually have this potential to make the big jump. So my final project was actually on incorporating plastic waste in making sustainable bricks. So which is relevant to the environment, right? So that is what I actually chose, because I've always wanted to research on plastic and stuff. So I actually got that topic, and yes, my FIB was done and dusted, and that is why the supervisors of this civil engineering department, they saw my application and they kind of accepted me. We had like a short interview for both the topics that I got selected, right? The science-based and also civil engineering. So science-based, after some time I got an email saying that I was rejected for it, because even looking at the title was very complicated. It was a PhD title. So yes, I want to do fast track PhD, but it would take maybe more than 3 years, because there was processing, preparation and everything. The title was very complicated and I was questioning myself anyways. So thankfully I was rejected for that program. And the civil engineering, I went to interview with 2 lecturers. So my main supervisor was like a Malaysian and my co-supervisor was from India. So they were both very dedicated. So we were looking into sustainable concrete, and I was like, okay, this is somewhat related to environment. So although it's not directly related to what I study, although it's concrete, which is totally different, which is civil engineering, but it is somewhat related to the green environment, which is sustainability, environment and everything. So I was like, this is a great way for me to diversify my degree, because I have environmental science degree and I have a civil engineering degree, which is relatable. However, if you do not have a bachelor's degree in civil engineering, you cannot claim yourself as an engineer. So I will not claim myself as an engineer, and I cannot do so. And because like in Universiti Malaya, if you have studied engineering course, bachelor's degree, it will be 4 years, and you will automatically be registered in the board of engineering after you graduate. But that's not the case for me. So I am still considering myself as an environmentalist, which I'm happy with, and I've never ever wanted to be an engineer. But then I was like, okay, this is just a way for me to diversify. And yes, I've actually done my master's. I've actually at my final stage of just waiting for my thesis defense, which will be soon, and I'm excited and super nervous because I've got to do revisions and so on. But I'm just taking myself to just, you know, self-care, self-love, and just to heal all those trauma I actually went through during masters. And obviously I'm going to do more videos on my master's journey and so on, so do comment what you want to see next. And yeah, so for my master's degree, you normally have proposal defense, candidature defense and thesis defense, and then you are done. So I've actually completed my proposal and candidature defense, and next is the thesis defense. I will put more about master's life and why I actually chose this topic, because what I got was master's in research. So why master's in research is better than master's in coursework, I'll put that all up in the next video. So until then, I really hope that you guys will not give up on your dreams. So just know that everything is possible. This is just one of the tips from me. So I had my final year project that was relevant to civil engineering department, and that is how I can easily change my whole degree during my master's degree. So that is actually applicable. That is one of the ways you can actually change your entire degree. Or you can also do your industrial training in something that's related to your future degree that you want to pursue. For an example, if you do industrial training in marketing or sales, and then you can do your master's in business, you know, that kind of help. But I'm not sure if that is accepted in your faculty or in your course, so you must check on that. And then another way is your CV. Do you do a lot of volunteering? Do you have extra skills about this new degree that you want to take up? For an example, you want to take up IT based degree. Do you know about Python, JavaScript and all these things? If it is in the CV, then the probability of the supervisor looking into your CV and choosing you is high, baby. So there are so many ways you can actually make a big shift in your degrees. So it is possible. I would say yes, you can make, but sometimes a no if there is nothing relevant, and we know that it's just going to be so burdening to you to actually pursue something new and learn from scratch. Because certainly it was very hard for me initially, because in fact during the whole journey I had to ask the guidance from my supervisor, my seniors who were like the civil engineering experts, to actually help me do what kind of tests I should do, what kind of tricks or what kind of method I should follow. So many things which I don't even have the basics of. And at one point I was about to give up. So this will all happen if you want to make a big jump. So consider a lot of aspects and things just before you get into something, and also just remember to play safe by applying what I've actually said, you know, like my FYP was relevant, so you can do something that just keeps you safe. And yeah, good luck to you and your future, and do subscribe to my channel, don't forget that, and wait for my next videos. By the way, you can just keep commenting on what are the topics you want to see in my YouTube channel. Thank you, love you all, bye.